can have chemistry, you can have butterflies, you can have a partner who's basically a walking Pinterest board of everything you said you wanted and still feel like you're defusing a bomb every time you talk to them. We've all been sold the same fairy tale. Find enough passion and everything else. Trust, communication, not crying in the bathroom during an argument will just sort itself out. Plot twist, it won't. Psychologists who've studied couples for literal decades found that passion is not the glue holding healthy relationships together. Emotional safety is. Turns out butterflies and being able to breathe around this person are two very different things. So, in the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through 4 things. 1. What emotional safety actually looks like in real life with real examples. 2. Why your body notices it before your brain does. 3. The signs you've never had it. And 4. The small shifts that start building it starting today. This is the psychology most people discover too late. Let's make sure you're not one of them. So what is emotional safety? Emotional safety is the quiet, steady knowledge that you can be fully yourself, your messy, unsure, complicated self, and not be punished for it, not be mocked, not be ignored, not be loved less because you showed the part of you that isn't polished. Here's what it looks like in real life. Example 1. You can disagree without bracing for a fight. You tell your partner you don't want to go to that party, and they say, okay. Not okay with a sigh. Not fine with silence for 3 days, just okay. And the conversation moves on. Example 2. You can share a need without apologizing first. You say, hey, I need a quiet night tonight. And you don't add, I'm sorry, I know we had plans, I'm being weird, never mind. You just say it, and it's received. Example 3. You can mess up without it becoming a weapon. You forget something, you make a mistake, and their response isn't a list of everything you've ever done wrong. It's not, I told you so. It's just the mistake dealt with. If you're watching this and thinking, wait, that's allowed? Stay with me, because that reaction right there is exactly what we're about to unpack. Think about a friend, a parent, or a partner where you constantly had to read the room before speaking, where one wrong word could flip their mood. That's not passion. That's hypervigilance. Your brain staying on high alert, waiting for the next blow up. Emotional safety looks the opposite. It's being able to bring up a bad day, an annoying habit, even a mistake, and knowing the reaction will be consistent, not explosive. But here's the thing. You can say you feel safe with someone, and your body might disagree completely. Your nervous system knows before you do. Here's the wild part. Your body has its own built-in safety detector. Around people who feel safe, your heart rate slows, your shoulders drop, your voice softens. Around people who don't feel safe, even if they've never yelled at you, even if they're nice, your body tenses up. Shallow breathing, guarded posture, you're bracing without even realizing it. Ever noticed how you can laugh louder, cry easier, or fall asleep faster around one person, but stay guarded around another even though nothing bad ever happened? That's not overthinking. That's your nervous system giving you the real verdict. So if your body already knows the truth, your mind should understand what it is. These are the signs. Not to feel bad about yourself, but to finally have a name for what you've been feeling. See how many of these you recognize. Sign 1. You apologize for your feelings. Sorry, I'm being too sensitive. Sorry, I know this is stupid. You apologize before you even know if the other person is upset, because somewhere along the way, you learned that your emotions are an inconvenience. Sign 2. You go quiet instead of speaking up. Something bothers you, but instead of saying it, you swallow it, because you've learned, through experience, that speaking up starts a fight, or gets you ignored, or becomes about you being the problem. So silence feels safer. Sign 3. You brace for punishment that never comes. You make a small mistake, and your body reacts before your brain can catch up. Tight chest, racing thoughts, already scripting the apology. But the other person just lets it go. And you don't feel relieved. You feel confused. Sign 4. Calm makes you nervous. Things are going well, too well, and instead of enjoying it, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. Because in your experience, peace isn't permanent. Peace is the calm before something bad. Sign 5. You've been told you're hard to love, Maybe someone said it directly. Maybe you've just felt it. But that belief, I'm too much, I'm too complicated, love is harder with me, that's not a fact about you. That's a symptom of never having been held in a space where all of you is welcome. If more than 2 of these hit, you're not broken. You've just been navigating without the one thing that makes relationships feel safe. Here's a myth we need to kill. Healthy couples don't fight less. Relationship researcher found something surprising. Couples who last argue just as much as couples who split up. The difference isn't the fight, it's what happens after. One couple has a blow up, then one partner reaches over an hour later and says, "That got out of hand. I'm sorry. Can we try that again?" Another couple has the same blow up, and it just hangs there, unspoken, unrepaired, repeated next week. The couples who repair build trust stronger than before the fight ever happened. The ones who don't, every unrepaired fight becomes evidence that this isn't a safe place to be vulnerable. The soft startup technique. This one's simple, and you can literally use it today. Gottman's research found that 96% of the time, you can predict how a conversation will end just from the first 3 sentences of how it started. So the goal isn't to avoid bringing up problems. It's how you open the conversation. Instead of a harsh startup, "You never help me with anything around here." Try a soft startup. 3 simple parts. 1, how you feel. "I've been feeling a little overwhelmed lately." 2, about what specifically? With the house stuff. 3, what you need. "Could we split the chores differently this week?" Same complaint, same person, same problem. One version makes your partner defensive before you've even finished the sentence. The other invites them in instead of putting them on trial. That's it. That's the whole shift, from attacking the person to describing the problem. It takes practice, but it's the single easiest way to make hard conversations feel safe instead of scary. Here's the thing about emotional safety. It's not flashy. It doesn't make for good movie scenes. But real love, the kind that lasts, the kind that heals, the kind that makes you a better version of yourself, is built on it. Not on chemistry, not on the chase. On the quiet, steady knowledge that you are safe to be fully seen. And if you've never had that, that's not a life sentence. It's just a skill you haven't learned yet. And like any skill, you can learn it, starting today.